We leave you this Sunday with Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep at the Asotin Creek Wildlife Area in Washington State. I'm Jane Pauley. Please join us when our trumpet sounds again next Sunday morning.
I'm Margaret Brennan, and this week on Face the Nation, President Trump begins the next phase of his agenda with a staff shakeup. And what does the economic deal between the U.S. and Ukraine mean for the security relationship between the two countries? Mike Waltz is out as National Security Advisor, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in, adding another job to his growing list of responsibilities. With Trump's push for a nuclear deal with Iran and an end to Russia's war in Ukraine, we'll ask Republican Mike Turner about the impact of the shuffle. And we'll get insights from one of Trump's national security advisors in his first term, retired Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster. Plus, Illinois Democratic Senator Tammy Duckworth will join us with an update on the Armed Services Committee's bipartisan request for a probe into Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's conduct. Overnight, a new attack on Kyiv will get reaction from Ukrainian Ambassador Oksana Markarova. And finally, as President Trump seeks to end federal funding to public broadcasting, we'll ask NPR CEO Catherine Maher and PBS CEO Paula Kerger how they plan to fight back. It's all just ahead on Face the Nation. Welcome to Face the Nation. We have a lot to get to, so let's begin today with Ohio Republican Congressman Mike Turner. Good to see you here in person.
Thanks for having me, Margaret.
So I have a lot of national security topics to get to you, but at the heart of so much is America's economic strength. And so I want to ask you about what President Trump said this week about the cost, the impact of his China tariffs on the supply of goods in the United States. Take a listen.
Somebody said, oh, the shelves are going to be open. Well, maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30, you know? And maybe the $2 will cost a couple of bucks more than they would normally.
Do your constituents back in Ohio really want to hear the message that they need fewer Christmas presents this year? I mean, he's acknowledging less supply, higher prices.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot that has to be shaken out here. And we certainly are seeing, I think, some reaction now in China also. That means that, the president's goal is that these nations of which, he's putting tariffs on the table and tariffs which are a punishment for having behaved poorly, taking advantage of the United States economically, will come to the table and negotiate better economic deals than the United States has been experiencing. Those deals are beginning to be offered. The White House is beginning to negotiate those. China is beginning to signal that they're willing to come to the table. So, even though the president is making those statements, at the same time, we're seeing that the president taking that step of saying, we want a better economic deal is beginning to work.
But in the meantime, China said it may restrict exports of materials used by General Dynamics, which makes tanks, including in your state of Ohio. Are you concerned that the trade war won't just impact people's purchasing of toys, but preparedness, tanks, and military readiness?
I think we're all concerned of the effects on the supply chain, and certainly we've got to make certain that this works through the entire processes, and that we are concerned of the effects of the economy. I think the president's going to be looking at that. Congress is going to be looking at that. But the real concern here is that we do have to look long term as to how this protects our overall economy.
Well, Beijing has not yet launched those talks. We'll be watching for them if they do get underway. Let's get to the other news of the week, the reshuffling at the top of the national security apparatus. It has long been clear there are divides within the administration on certain topics. Iran is one